Hey everybody, we are so excited to be here on this live stream. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jordan Harmon, president of Angel Studios, and we're so grateful to have Liz Tabish here.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
I'm sure everybody knows her, but obviously Liz plays Mary Magdalene in The Chosen, but she also plays Molly in an upcoming film called The Shift, which we're really, really excited about. But again, we've got 3 big surprises that we're going to be announcing today, and we're so excited for you to be here for them. Oh, we're getting some background audio
watching
here.
the live stream on the live stream.
But anyway, so we're not going to waste any time. We've got an Easter gift that we're really excited about. Matter of fact, there's something on your neck right now, Liz.
That's right. I'm actually wearing it. It is a necklace that my character wears in The Shift.
Yes.
And it's the Empty Tomb necklace, and I've been wearing it all week. I love it so much. It's so exciting to be able to wear something that my character wears. And about a week ago, I filmed my first reaction to seeing it and wearing it. And I think we have a video.
Have it. We actually have a video. We're going to show you her
see?
first reaction. She was kind enough to record that for us, so we're going to jump right into it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liz Tabish. You might know me from The Chosen. I play Mary Magdalene. But most recently, I just got a really wonderful opportunity to play a character in The Shift from Angel Studios. I play Molly Garner, the wife of Kevin, who's the protagonist, and I loved this character so much. She was so full of life and love and strength. She and Kevin go through a really terrible tragedy in the movie, and in one of the scenes, Kevin gives her this beautiful gift to remind her of her faith and to remind her of the life that Jesus promises and the hope that comes with it. And it's actually this necklace that I'm wearing right now. It's this lovely symbol, which is of Jesus's tomb with the stone rolled away. So it's this beautiful symbol of his resurrection. And it even says on the back of it, it says he lives. So in the movie, Molly wears the he lives part close to her heart. It's sort of a personal reminder, and that's how I'm going to be wearing it as well, because I'm really excited to say that this is going to be available to give as gifts to your loved ones, especially during the Easter season. It's just this perfect time to be reminded of the resurrection. And of course, you can flip it around and wear it this way, where he lives is showing, and it is more of a conversation starter. But I just think the design is so lovely and subtle and meaningful. And I hope you all like it as much as I do.
I love that video. I saw that. I remember them showing it to me, and I was just like, this is so good. It just really encompasses what that necklace means, and it's a beautiful Easter gift. You can actually go to angel.com/helives. You can go to angel.com/helives, and during this live stream, you'll get 10% off. So that's our first of 3 announcements. There's more announcements coming, but we wanted to jump right into it. And so, I mean, for me, from a personal experience standpoint, I remember meeting you the first time when we were on the set of The Chosen in season 1, and it was when we were shooting the scene. You guys were shooting the scene where you and Jonathan, you're in the bar, and
when he puts his hand on
yes, when he puts your hand, and I remember thinking at that time, like watching your performance, I was like, man, how does she go to these places in such a deep and meaningful way? And then when we got onto the shift set, like day 1, day 2, you're going back into those worlds. And we're going to talk more about that in a minute. But again, you can go to angel.com/helives. I'm so impressed with Liz's performance in both The Chosen and The Shift. And it's such a powerful performance. During this live stream, you'll get 10% off. It's normally $74.99, but you can get 10% off during this live stream. So tell me, obviously you talked about why it's so impactful to you. You've been wearing it every day.
Yeah.
This character, Molly, like in terms of this necklace, what does this mean to her?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to touch on it, but there's never enough time. But essentially, Molly and Kevin go through something really tragic, and I think The Shift is a very honest portrayal of a marriage that deals with tragedy, with honest grief, which isn't always pretty or easy, but then also the support and reminders of faith. Of what to look toward, and so I love that she holds on to this piece of jewelry to remind her of life and of hope and love. And so it was something that I really resonated with as a character and as an actor, as a person. And I was like, oh, that's something that I would actually wear. And when we started filming, I had no idea it was even going to be available. And I was like, I want this too.
You're like, can I take that prop home?
And then I think Brock may have mentioned, like, well, just hold on. Like, so I got really excited when I found out that these can be anyone's, you know?
Yes, they're such a beautiful necklace. Again, angel.com/HeLives. You can get 10% off during this live stream. We have more announcements, though, so stay with us. There's more to come. One of the big things that we want to talk about is over the last weeks, some of you may have seen some of the behind the scenes that we post about the shift, which is coming out kind of weekly, but we actually have a special behind the scenes tonight that is about Liz and her character Molly. And again, this character, when I watched Liz portray this character, it was extremely touching to watch her go and understand who this person was, and then how you almost changed this. Like, you didn't change it from what Brock's original vision was, but you really made it something that you felt like you could take to the screen and impact people.
When I first read the character, she was just perfect. She was so perfect. And I remember talking to Brock of just like, I don't relate to that. I relate to a lot of her thought process and her attitudes towards things, but in terms of her just being like this to me, just this like perfect person, I was like, I don't think I can do that. And we discussed, we talked about some ideas to make her have some elements that I could really relate to, more struggles, more more humanness and you know, mistakes and stuff that once that happened, once that all clicked into place, it was very easy to get into character.
Yes, and this necklace obviously ties into Molly, and obviously, you know, ironically ties into your character, Mary Magdalene. That was it's like of all the parts you're gonna play, it's like this is such this beautiful. It almost feels providential. But we're gonna jump into this behind the scenes of Liz Tabish in The Shift.
Molly.
The Shift is a lot of things, but it's all the world of romance. Man, Liz Tabish as Molly will really make us root for Kevin to get back to her.
I love sci-fi. It explores the human heart and the human spirit in these different scenarios that challenge. And sci-fi creates this space of what that world looks like.
Elizabeth Tabish is one of the freest actors I've had the pleasure of working with. She's humble and she's spontaneous and she's completely connected to the truth of the moment.
I feel like the message often in sci-fi stories are about love and about human connection and what it means to be human, and I love those stories. Which I still sometimes can't believe that it has happened, you know, that this is my life, that I get to do what I love, and that I get to play characters that have something to say and that are meaningful and uplifting, characters that have depth and integrity, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that.
You guys, thank you for making that. That's so sweet.
Well, it doesn't do enough, but we are so grateful that you took on this part. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a sec. But again, our first announcement for those who are just joining us, we have an Easter gift that anybody can participate in. It's this beautiful necklace that Liz is wearing. It's the Empty Tomb necklace, and you can go to angel.com/HeLives. During this live stream, you'll get 10% off. Again, we're so excited about this Easter gift, but it has such beautiful tie-ins both to us personally and to this character that she plays in The Shift. But we have now joining us another person, obviously Brock Heasley. So Brock Heasley is the writer and director of The Shift. And for those of you who don't know him, I want to start by just saying one of the things that we got really excited about was it was hard for some people, I think, to catch the vision of The Shift. And then I remember, you know, certain people in the company were really catching the vision, and maybe a lot weren't, and we're like trying to figure out this dynamic and whatnot. But we're so glad we stuck with it. And then when Dallas started reading your material, you know, he was like, hey, you know what? If someone can write this beautifully, like they're a prodigy. They have something special. And so
That's a big word, Jordan.
But I'm not saying it lightly. I watched you go through the years, this process, and you really do have some incredible gifts. But again, Brock Heasley's here. Obviously, we have Liz Tabish, who plays both Molly from The Shift and Mary Magdalene in The Chosen. Brock, you know, tell us a little bit about your experience and why this particular necklace. How did this happen? How did it end up in the movie, and why did it have so much significance for you?
So the Empty Tomb necklace actually predates The Shift. It was something that kind of came to me in a moment. It was actually on Easter morning, many years ago, and it came from thinking a lot about the cross. Actually, in my former life, I was a graphic designer, and so I always think about iconography, and I think about design and things like that. And the cross is so powerful, you know, and it's obviously powerful because of what it represents. But I think a lot of its power also comes from the iconography, the simpleness of it. You can spot a cross from a mile away because it's a wonderful silhouette. It's very simple, and obviously it holds great meaning. And I always had wondered, you know, if there could be a symbol that is equally, or at least approaching, the iconography of the cross that is more related to the resurrection. That was kind of the initial thought. And so there was one Easter morning, I remember I was on the floor in the living room, and I was just trying to think about this, and all of a sudden this image came into my mind, which of two circles, one open and one closed, put together, and I sketched it out real fast. And I looked at it, and it looked a bit like a modified infinity symbol. Oh, yeah. And I thought, how wonderful and how appropriate is that? And I liked it. I thought it was beautiful. It's simple, but the cross is simple. And so I felt like here's something that kind of approaches that. I'm not going to try to pretend that it's you know it's as powerful as the cross, but it is something that you look at it and you like it. I think it's the circle is a pleasing shape. But anyway, I took that symbol then, and I actually did make a small run of necklaces. And if you're familiar at all with my story of The Shift, you know there was a period of my life when I was not making very much money, and I was really dedicating myself towards figuring out what the next step for me was. And this kind of fell in that period. And so it was something that I was able to make a few of and get out to a few friends. And the amazing thing is I still have friends today that still wear that necklace.
That's sweet.
Yeah. In fact, I just talked to one on Saturday, and we were passing each other in church at an activity, and she was wearing it around her neck. And I went up to her and I said, hey, I think it's so amazing that you still wear this after so many years since I first created it. And she said, are you kidding? I wear this every day. I wear this every day. And she said, and I have so many friends that, you know, ask me where to get one. You know?
You're like, well, it's one of the kind.
I mean, that was what was fun, is I got to tell her, say, well, actually, you know, on Tuesday, you should see what's going to happen, because we're actually announcing that
there's
here it
people
is.
already buying it for friends and family and themselves.
Oh, look at that.
Thank you so much. People in New Jersey. I can't see names super well. It says...
in Florida?
In Florida. I'm sorry. I'm not going to try to pronounce her name because I can't see the letters very well, but I can see.
I'm wearing my glasses either. I can't help it all.
But, Josephine in Florida, thank you so much for purchasing this beautiful necklace. We're so excited about it because, again, it does have that incredible meaning. For those who are joining us, we had 3 major surprises. The first one was this beautiful empty tomb necklace that you can give to friends and family or to loved ones this Easter at angel.com/he-lives. During this live stream, it's 10% off. But then also, we just showed a little bit of a sneak peek on the behind the scenes of Liz and her character in The Shift and how beautiful that is. And we still have one more special announcement. And so don't leave just yet. We've got more coming. But I wanted to ask a couple questions. This is kind of a 2-part question. What was the process of one? You had written this Molly character, who's such an important character in this movie. And honestly, I remember saying multiple times, like, if you don't get the right Molly, like, this falls apart.
Oh, the movie does not work.
It doesn't work.
Without the right Molly, this movie's toast.
And you'll understand what we're talking about.
No pressure.
But no pressure. No pressure at all, Liz. But what was the process of casting Liz? And then the second part of that question is, what was the process for you, Liz, of being like, this is someone, again, different than what you've played in the past, but kind of similar in some ways.
Yeah, so for me, going to Liz with this part, obviously, like everyone else, I was very familiar with her work in The Chosen. I mean, in tremendous in The Chosen, as everybody knows, and it's very clear to see, oh, here's an incredible actor who's doing
Some of the most iconic scenes of
yeah,
The Chosen with Liz.
and some of the most iconic lines, you know, and you can write a great line, but it takes a great actor to make it iconic, and Liz has that gift, and that was very apparent to me, and you know, with the shift has got a sincerity, it's got a seriousness to it. There's a certain tonality. I like to call it grounded sci-fi. I needed to ground these heady, big sci-fi concepts into some kind of a reality. And what I love so much about what you do on The Chosen is that everything is grounded into a very a tight reality. And what I mean by that is that I feel your character, what she goes through. I see it on your face. I feel it too. And I knew that for Molly, we needed something like that. Now, Molly's also very different from Mary.
Very.
Very different from Mary. And you already spoke to that about your initial, you know, reaction. But I just figured, hey, a great actor can do anything, you know?
Well, thank you for believing in me.
And before we get into your response, make sure you ask any questions you have for Brock or to Liz or to myself. We'll be doing a quick Q&A at the end, so put your questions in the comment section. Also, make sure you like the video and comment, even if it's just hello world, because that helps boost it in the algorithms and gets it to more people, so we really appreciate that. But, you know, for you, Liz, what was the process of saying this is the character I want to play and how you tackle it? You did that, you talked about it a little bit earlier in the live stream, but I would love to hear that.
I just, you know, I haven't been doing much other work other than playing Mary, and I love her character so much, and I just haven't really had the desire to do anything else.
I love it when I saw you and I was like, how are you feeling? Like, I love playing someone who's like, I'm excited to play someone who, you know, would live today. You're like, I've been playing someone from ancient Israel for so long.
It surprised me. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, I've been used to that, and I've loved it. And then the offer came in, and I read the script, and I looked at this. I loved that she had so many different experiences and kind of runs the gamut on emotions and moods and tones. And I thought this is a real challenge to make all of those things real and realistic and grounded in reality. And I was also very nervous.
Yes.
Because I think I had been so used to a certain mode of acting for The Chosen. And it had been so long since I've played a contemporary character who dresses like me or just regular people wearing boots instead of sandals.
Except for maybe some of those shoes, right?
Yeah. I don't wear those.
We actually get to see your hair in the movie, which is exciting.
The whole thing, and the character's wardrobe. I think there were 36 changes.
Something like
a
that.
lot.
Yeah.
So the way we meet Molly is just through this sort of future flash forwards, and we see pretty much a whole life of a woman with her husband, and it's intense and it's a lot. And I remember feeling two things, and one was very nervous and challenged, and the other was so intrigued and curious. And I think whenever you feel that of like, I'm scared to do this, it's usually a sign you should probably do it, because it really did challenge me as an actor. I haven't been able to do the sort of work that we did with Christopher. We had like some scenes that were improvised, and some scenes that were just like screaming at each other, and others where we're crying into each other's arms, and others are, you know, just fun, nuanced, you know, interactions that it was a real gift as an actor to be able to like really play.
I remember there was a day when I was there on set where, thank you so much, someone from I can't see where it's from, but I think it's
BC?
Veronica.
Is that British Columbia?
British Columbia. Thank you so much for ordering that necklace. John from Ohio, it looks like. Thank you. Again, you can go to angel.com/HeLives. There's a beautiful empty tomb necklace that has 10% off during this live stream. But I remember this one scene in particular where you know you're thrown right into it. It's probably day 2, maybe day 3. And I'm in Video Village with some of the other producers and people from, and we're all watching. And you gave this performance that people in Video Village, we were just in tears.
Oh.
And we were like, and it was in that moment I remember turning to Neil. To those who don't know, my brother Neil, who's the CEO and co-founder of Angel Studios, he looked at me and he said, "This is something special." Right? Like it was just, it was, everybody on set could feel it. It was palpable. And I think that nervousness that you felt maybe elevates your game a little bit, right? It's like you're just like, I gotta step. Anyway, so.
But you'd never know it on set.
You never know on set,
because Liz goes into that stuff with such confidence. I remember on the really emotional stuff, especially the scene where you guys were yelling at each other.
Yeah.
I remember feeling so bad as a director, because my thought is like, oh, I'm putting them through this. Like Liz is like falling apart, and then I go up to you afterwards and you're just like, that was so much fun.
Both Christopher and I were like, this is really like, it's a high. It's like runner's high, it's actor's high.
Oh my goodness. Again, if you're just joining us, we had 3 major announcements. Obviously, the empty tomb necklace, you can go get that at angel.com/helives. It's 10% off during the live stream. We did a special sneak peek of Liz and her behind the scenes of the shift. But we also have one more major announcement that we want to get into before we jump into Q&A. So if you have questions, please make sure you put them inside the comments. Any questions you have for Brock or Liz or myself, hopefully for them, you can get those in there. But our last major announcement, which is very, very exciting.
I'm really excited about that.
We've worked really hard, and Brock has worked very hard to basically get together. Well, you know what, Brock? I'm going to let you give this announcement. You worked so hard on this. You deserve to be able to give it.
So I'm really, really happy to announce that our first trailer for The Shift is debuting in front of His Only Son, exclusively in theaters on March 31st. His Only Son, of course, is the theatrical film that is coming out from Angel Studios in 10 days.
Yes.
So
yes.
soon.
And so for those who don't understand the impact of that, so you can go to angel.com/son and scan the QR code to get your tickets today. But that sneak peek in front of His Only Son, we believe will be seen by so many people, and it will impact them to help them understand what The Shift is and why it's such a beautiful sci-fi with interlaced faith elements into it, that it's unlike anything that anybody's ever attempted before. We don't like to do anything in a normal way here at Angel Studios, and so anyway, so you.
Well, and speaking of that, I mean, just to put it in perspective, because some people might be watching this and being like, "Wait a minute, didn't you guys just finish shooting like 2 weeks ago?" The answer is yes.
Yes,
we did start. We just finish shooting 2 weeks ago.
So I spent together a teaser trailer that fast is like impossible.
Basically for the entire 48 hours after we wrapped filming, I was editing this trailer, and worked with a small team of people to get the sound and the music and all of that dialed in. So not only is this, I think it's pretty incredible that we got it done so quickly, but this is something I did personally edit. So this is what I'm excited for everybody to see. And I think it's really special.
Yes. So make sure you make it to theaters March 31st. His Only Son, which is the story of Abraham and Isaac and their journey to Moriah. It's such a beautiful story. I don't know if we have any questions. While we're waiting for questions to pop up on the screen, if there are any, again. You can go to angel.com/helives. I'm getting them all confused now in my head. And that is to purchase this empty tomb necklace that Liz is wearing right now, which is so beautiful. It is a great Easter gift, whether or not you're familiar with The Shift or Liz or, but it's just a beautiful Easter gift that allows people to think about the resurrection, which is such an important part of all of our lives. We have some questions coming up. It says, will the necklace still be available on the 3rd? There are limited supply right now, so it's possible that it's sold out of the current, but I hope, 3rd, what day is it today? Today's the
21st.
21st.
So there's
so we're 12 days. Hopefully. I hope it's not, or maybe it will be sold out. That would be good too. But yes, I think it will be available on the 3rd. But during this live stream, you get 10% off. So you can go to angel.com/helives and get 10% off plus free shipping during this live stream. Yeah. But again, if for some reason you can't do it today, we totally understand. But that's a great question.
Well, and if I can speak to something real quick on that, even though the empty tomb is very much outside of The Shift. Like it very much was created that way. It is intended to be thought of as a separate thing. But within The Shift, I think it plays a very powerful part in the movie, and I'm really excited for people to see that. To see, I mean, your character is the one that wears it,
Oh,
and
there's a bunch of other people purchasing.
and it's
Thank
oh
you so
wow, we're
much.
missing
Brad
all these
in
people
Tennessee.
because I'm
I
talking.
think Brenda, I saw Brenda, I believe, bought one as well. Thank you so much. And we had a question. Leslie in Florida, thank you so much and I hope you enjoy it. I know that it is. Well, anything, Liz, you make everything look beautiful. But but that being said, it is a beautiful necklace.
It really is.
It's a special symbolism that it should mean a lot to anyone, regardless of the context.
Yeah, in the film, it really comes to represent the idea of hope.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately, when we think about the resurrection, we think about the promise that Christ fulfilled through the resurrection. That's the word that comes to my mind. Is that's the hope we have in Him. And that to me is what's special about it. I think that's what's special to those that have been able to have one and wear it and to see that and to have that message that really, only you see and only you know about. But every time you put it on, that's what you see. You see those words, He lives.
It's true, and I remember the first day I put it on set, and I thought the He lives was supposed to be flipped around for people to read it. And then you came up to, I think, wardrobe, and you were like, wait, it's a personal reminder for yourself. And of course you can wear it either way, but I really liked the fact that that's just for Molly to be reminded of, and I also like wearing it that way. I'm a private person, and I like the idea of just wearing
picked up
something.
the wrong career, Liz.
You're telling me.
You're
telling me.
Actor
Introverted, anxious, private person.
Well, actually, I've been learning a lot. This is totally a tangent, but I've been learning a lot about the different personalities of a lot of the famous, really compelling actors, and many of them are introverts, actually. Very introspective people who like to view life and observe things in life, and it allows them a unique ability to portray life.
I think even in acting, it gives very shy people an outlet to express certain things in this sort of safe way. And I know that's how I got into it when I was younger. I was like, oh, this is safe to explore emotions.
I love that. Any other questions are going to pop up? It says, Brock, you teased a teaser trailer at one point. Are we going to be able to see that soon? Yes, you are. If you go to his only son in theaters on March 31st, you'll be able to see this exclusive teaser trailer of The Shift, which obviously has Liz playing Molly, and it's I've seen it. It's exceptional. You are not going to want to miss out on that teaser trailer. But again, you can go see that on March 31st if you go to angel.com/son. It says, what was Liz's favorite scene to shoot? Love you, Liz.
Love you. Hi. I would say there were a lot of really
you had so many good
challenging
scenes.
And emotionally gratifying scenes. I think the bar scene is my favorite.
Really?
Though. It's a very long scene, and it's between Kevin and Molly, and it's when they first meet, and she's sort of dared to go talk to him. And they kind of clash at first. Yep. I don't want to give anything away, but their personalities, they
clash but click.
They do, yeah. But it's a long scene, and it's got lots of little ups and downs, and it's very nuanced, and it ends up telling a very big story, even just within this one setting. And I working with Christopher is just incredible. He was so wonderful and so present. And I do actually remember that scene. I came in with a very different preparation for the character, for the scene, with the attitude. Everything was different. And after the first rehearsal, Brock comes up and is like, all right.
I'll admit I had a little moment of panic.
Can we do this completely different? And we just completely, I was like, oh, okay, yes, give me a moment. So the first, I think, official take of it, I was trying things that I had no plan. I had no idea what I was going to do. But I was just keep that direction in mind. Just keep this, tone in mind. And it was so much fun. It was a really nice challenge to be just try this. And I think it ended up kind of feeling sort of spontaneous and good in a lot of ways.
No, it did. And although Lisa did not ask me this question, my favorite scene with you and in the film is that scene as well.
It was so much
A lot
fun.
of people purchasing that necklace.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Paul in Colorado. We saw Cheryl, I think from maybe New York. Thank you so much. You can go to angel.com/helives and get 10% off during this live stream plus free shipping. It is a beautiful necklace that represents the resurrection and a beautiful Easter gift. But keep going, Brock. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was just saying that was my favorite scene that you two did together, and it's a testament to you as an actor. You're able to pivot that hard and that fast.
It was hard.
And it was because essentially I asked you. No, I don't want to give anything away, but I essentially asked you to play the scene exactly the opposite of what you were doing.
Hey, you're doing really good. Can you do everything?
Everything completely
Can you just
different.
change it all?
Not good.
But you made that pivot.
This is why I need good directors. An actor is only as good as their director.
Well, that's not true. But
That is true.
Awesome. Any other questions we want to jump into? It looks like it says, will the Shift and his only son be playing in Canada? Haven't found any theater. Sorry, I'm like leaning forward to see it. Haven't found any theaters yet that I will. I think you're basically just asking, is it playing in Canada? You haven't found any
and
theaters.
also
or-
very excited to have purchased a bundle of the necklaces for gifts.
Oh,
Have
that's
you even mentioned the
beautiful.
bundles?
I didn't even mention the bundles. Oh my
Wow.
goodness. I have a script here. I'm not following it clearly. You can get bundles. I'm gonna jump back and actually go over that.
It
So,
must be on the website.
oh, thank you so much. So you can obviously get 10% off during the live stream, but then you can buy bundles, which will give you more and more discounts the larger bundle you buy. So thank you. Whoever asked that question. To answer your question around theaters, the Shift will be in theaters as well.
In Canada?
And in Canada, it will be in theaters as well. That's the goal. His Only Son, we have some openings that are happening in Canada, and we're adding new screens in theaters every day. So again, check back. You can go to angel.com/son, and you can actually request a theater, hopefully in your location. But there will be more and more theaters added every day. And again, Shift will date to be announced, but we're very, very excited about it. Here we go. It says, Jordan and Paras were in the Shift. Also, was it?
You want me to read it, Jordan?
Yeah, I cannot see that. I'm like,
Was it
no.
hard for Liz to keep her role separate when she was working with chosen castmates?
We actually didn't have any scenes
You had
together.
no scenes together.
So it was very easy to to separate the worlds, but it was so much fun to be able to at least see them in Birmingham and just kind of catch up, hang out. For
Yeah,
a
you got
little
to
bit.
cross, your schedules crossed over just enough to
there
say
was like
hi.
one day where I think
Yeah.
the three of us were in town.
And
so
all
it was
three of you play characters that are completely different
Oh, yeah.
from what you play in The
I
Chosen,
know.
which I love.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Especially
thank you,
Jordan.
Ted, for buying. Yes, his is. You know what? That's
That'll be fun.
that'll be
a
fun.
surprise.
It's gonna be a fun surprise when you guys see Jordan Walker Ross play his character in The Shift.
Yes.
Karen from Massachusetts, it looks like, just bought an empty tomb necklace. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Again, if you have more questions, pop them into the comments. We'd love to get those. It says, how do you purchase the necklace? Thank you so much. You can go to angel.com/helives. And during this live stream, you will get 10% off plus free shipping. And you can also buy large bundles that will give you larger and larger discounts. But again, this is an empty tomb necklace. You can see it right here.
Can you though?
Well, you
So
can't.
far away.
Do we have a close-up photo we
Yeah,
can
there's a
pop up
close-up
or
photo.
anything
Let's
like
pop
that?
up a close-up photo. But you can see
There
this
we go.
empty
There
tomb
we go.
necklace. It is such a beautiful necklace that represents the resurrection in such a powerful
just
and
covered it
meaningful
with
way. And yeah, we just covered it with the discount. More important, you see the discount and free shipping. No, but that being said, it's obviously such a deep connection to Easter. It's a connection to the Shift film. It's a connection to Molly. It's a connection to you. So anyway, we're so
And on the
grateful.
back, I don't know if you can see it there, but on the back it says He Lives.
He lives.
You can
Yes.
wear it either way.
Brock, read that question.
Question for Liz. I know this role as Molly is different from playing Mary. Did you have to shift focus to show Molly in the Shift?
Yes. Oh, completely. I had a good amount of preparation time for the Shift. There was no like overlay of The Chosen or the Shift. So all throughout like December and January, I was able to just kind of focus on Molly, and there was a lot of dialogue in one particular scene, but for the most of it, a lot of it's in flashes and just going through sort of different scenarios. So it was kind of hard to prepare that, I think, of just like, well, we'll see what I do on the day of. But that long scene, I definitely had lots of time to prepare, and yeah, it was kind of strange to act without an accent.
Yeah, that's right.
Did it ever slip? Were you ever like, oh,
No, never. No, it really was. I was like, oh, I haven't spoken in my voice.
Did you
a
feel?
long time.
Did you feel more exposed?
I did. Yeah, there was something more vulnerable about it somehow.
What?
Yep.
Tell me, why is that?
I don't know. There are layers that you have as an actor, and I think sometimes if I get nervous or something, I'm like, well, I can't mess this up too much. Just say the words in the accent. Your costume, there's things that you can sort of lean on when you're insecure, which we all always are.
Yeah.
And with Molly, she was just so very close to me, like very close to me in just the way I look, talk, outfits. I was like, okay, this is feeling very vulnerable.
Very vulnerable and close to home.
Yeah, so there wasn't much to just like rely on, which was good. It was a good challenge.
I love that. That is very interesting. I hadn't contemplated that. We've got another question here.
Very good film idea and top-notch talent. Clearly, this movie will be a complete story. But is the movie written with a sequel or threequel possibly in mind? Somebody already asking for a trilogy, and I'm just editing.
He's finishing he's not finishing. He's starting. The
Yeah,
editing
I would say we've
process.
only barely started. We only finished shooting 2 weeks ago. I had somebody ask me the other day, so when can I see it now? And I was like, well, no, I'm still working on it. But there
You're not
is
talking about me, are you?
Did you ask that?
I totally did.
the world of the shift, the world that we've established for it, the mini worlds of the shift, since we do kind of happen, in the multiverse, certainly has a room for more stories and more expansion. And I think there are definitely thoughts on how to do that. Would it be a sequel or a threequel? I don't know if that's quite the word I would use, but are there more stories that we could tell? Could we see characters from the shift in other stories and other filmed stories? Yeah, I think that is entirely within the wheelhouse.
I don't think it's out of the realm of
Not
possibility.
outside the realm of possibility.
Okay, it says, did you work with Sean Astin?
I did not, and I really wanted to. My whole family was asking.
You didn't even get to meet him.
I didn't even get to meet
Oh,
him.
that's right, because you were there at the beginning,
Just,
and then
yeah.
it didn't overlap.
And he was in the middle.
The middle.
Such a great guy.
Yeah,
Such a
I
great guy.
didn't get to meet him either. I was bummed about that as well. But that's so funny. That's sad that you didn't get to meet
Well,
him.
you got to work with me.
I got to work with him.
What did you think of Sean Astin?
I love Sean. Sean was fantastic. I mean, Sean is he's been a hero of mine for a long time. I like to tell the story. He made me want to have asthma. Before, because his character in the Goonies has got that inhaler, and I didn't know what that was. I just knew that Mikey was cool, and therefore I needed one. But so yeah, it was a trip to work with him. After seeing him in that, at Rudy and Lord of the Rings, I mean, that guy's IMDb is insane. And you would.
He's a great actor.
He's a great actor. He's a great person. Great to work with. Totally just excited about the film and the role, and just. Thanks. I mean, he's really what you hope for when you meet somebody like that's kind of a hero in that he made it comfortable, whereas it could have been really intimidating, and it didn't feel that way at all. It was great.
I love that. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, we had a bunch of announcements. Thank you, Anonymous, in Utah, and Deborah in Texas, Drew, and basically what these people are doing, they've purchased what's called the Empty Tomb Necklace, which Liz is wearing right now, and let's throw up some shots at it. But it's representative of Easter and the resurrection. It is a beautiful Easter gift that you can give, and during this live stream, it is 10% off plus free shipping. You can go to angel.com/helives. Again, it ties to the Shift movie. It ties to all of us personally. But it is a beautiful Easter gift regardless of people's exposure to these things. So we are very, very excited about it. Any last questions, please put them in the comments. We're going to be wrapping up here pretty soon, but we are so grateful for your participation. It says, will there be special premiere event? That is a great question. There will be a premiere for sure.
Yes, but I don't think we have any ideas
I don't
yet.
know. We don't have any ideas on what that's going to look like. But you can stay tuned for announcements. Obviously, if you're, getting the Angel emails, you'll be getting announcements around the shift and what that looks like. But you can get a sneak peek of the teaser trailer, which is going to premiere exclusively in theaters in front of His Only Son, which tickets are available now. So you can go to angel.com/son and order your tickets for March 31st. It's a beautiful movie about Abraham and Isaac and their journey to Moriah. But yeah, we've gone over a lot, and I don't want to take everybody's time for the whole evening. So I'm going to have the teleprompter people. Are there any last questions? Throw up on the screen if we're supposed to answer any last questions. Oh, there is. Okay, Brock, you take that one. What does that say? I can't see
That's
very
not for me.
well. Oh, what does it say? How do you stay
so humble after such success?
That's for you.
That's for Liz. Liz is the movie star here.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's happening half the time. That's how.
You are speaking from, so she doesn't have to speak about herself. Every encounter I've had with Liz has been one of complete humility and grace.
Thank you.
You are so kind to the people who come up on set, the people who approach you. I've watched it over and over again on The Chosen and now on The Shift. And so I don't know how you do it, but you're not wrong that Liz is extremely humble about her talents. So we have one more question, and then we're going to check out here. But yeah, you can answer the question, how do you stay humble, but I'm just saying, they're not wrong.
Gratitude, that's it. I mean, it's just,
I love that.
It's knowing that there are so many possibilities in life, which I actually really love about the shift of these different worlds that we see. Kevin is capable of being so many different people. And I think of all that life could have been, and somehow I got really lucky and get to do what I love, and I'm surrounded by loving people, and I'm just grateful for that. And
I love that.
And count my blessings every day.
I love that. Looks like this is our last question. When can we see the shift? So we haven't got the official announcement or dates yet, but just stay tuned. They will be coming sooner than later. But Brock is busy editing this thing with his post team, and we're very, very excited to get it out to you guys. But you can experience the teaser trailer by going to angel.com/son and ordering tickets for His Only Son, which will be in theaters on March 31st, which is a beautiful story about Abraham and Isaac. It'll be exclusive teaser for the shift inside of that theater. For those who are just joining us, we have a beautiful Easter gift. The empty tomb necklace that shows, regardless of your familiarity with the shift or with Liz or anything, this is a beautiful gift that you can give to family and friends on Easter. And during this live stream, it's 10% off plus free shipping at angel.com/helives. And I think we covered everything. I think that's it. I think we've got it all. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so grateful that Brock and Liz flew into town and that we could be with you guys. Any last words you guys want to give?
Such a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you, Jordan. I'm really excited that this necklace, this symbol, is out in the world, and I hope everybody loves it.
Me too. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. And again, we're so grateful that you joined us and are helping us amplify light through these stories throughout the world. Have a good day.
Molly.
The shift is a lot of things, but it's all the world of romance. Man, Liz Tabish as Molly will really make us root for Kevin to get back to her.
I love sci-fi. It explores the human heart and the human spirit in these different scenarios that challenge. And sci-fi creates this space of what that world looks like.
Liz Tabish is one of the freest actors I've had the pleasure of working with. She's humble and she's spontaneous and she's completely connected to the truth of the moment.
I feel like the message often in sci-fi stories are about love and about human connection and what it means to be human, and I love those stories. I still sometimes can't believe that it has happened, you know, that this is my life, that I get to do what I love, and that I get to play characters that have something to say and that are meaningful and uplifting, characters that have depth and integrity, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so, so grateful for that.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liz Tabish. You might know me from The Chosen. I play Mary Magdalene. But most recently, I just got a really wonderful opportunity to play a character in The Shift from Angel Studios. I play Molly Garner, the wife of Kevin, who's the protagonist. And I loved this character so much. She was so full of life and love and strength. She and Kevin go through a really terrible tragedy in the movie. And in one of the scenes, Kevin gives her this beautiful gift to remind her of her faith and to remind her of the life that Jesus promises and the hope that comes with it. And it's actually this necklace that I'm wearing right now. It's this lovely symbol, which is of Jesus's tomb with the stone rolled away. So it's this beautiful symbol of his resurrection. And it even says on the back of it, it says, "He lives." So in the movie, Molly wears the "He Lives" part close to her heart. It's sort of a personal reminder, and that's how I'm going to be wearing it as well, because I'm really excited to say that this is going to be available to give as gifts to your loved ones, especially during the Easter season. It's just this perfect time to be reminded of the resurrection. And of course, you can flip it around and wear it this way, where "He Lives" is showing, and it is more of a conversation starter. But I just think the design is so lovely and subtle and meaningful, and I hope you all like it as much as I do.